Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another solo episode of Build Business Better. I'm your host again, Courtney Morningstar. Have you ever looked at your financial statements, saw a healthy profit, and thought, we're doing great? Then a week later, you're wondering how you're going to make payroll. You delay ordering inventory, you push vendor payments another 30 days, maybe you even dip into your personal savings just to keep everything moving. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. One of the biggest myths in business is that profit equals financial health. It just doesn't. In fact, every single year, profitable businesses shut their doors. Not because they weren't making money, because they ran out of cash. Today, we're going to talk about why that happens, how to recognize it before it becomes a crisis, and a handful of practical things you can start doing this week that can dramatically improve your company's financial stability. Let's jump in. The biggest lie in business. Imagine I told you I made $500,000 this year. Pretty impressive, right? But what if I also told you I haven't actually collected most of it? Bummer. Or that nearly all of it went into inventory. Or I spent every dollar buying equipment. Or my customers won't pay me for another 90 days. Am I rich? Not really. On paper, absolutely. In my bank account, not so much. That's exactly what happens inside thousands of businesses. Profit is simply what's left after your revenue minus your expenses. Cash flow is what actually moves through your bank account. Those are two completely different things. You can have fantastic profit and terrible cash flow, or terrible profit and a healthy cash flow. One doesn't guarantee the other. Unfortunately, banks don't accept profit statements when payroll is due. Employees can't cash future receivables. Your landlord doesn't care what your income statement says. They care if the money cleared. Cash keeps businesses alive. Profit tells you how successful you've been. Cash tells you whether you'll survive long enough to even enjoy it. Growth can actually make things worse. Here's something that surprises a lot of owners. Growth can bankrupt a company. Sounds backward, doesn't it? Let's say you're a manufacturer. You land the biggest customer you've ever had. Fantastic, except now you have to buy more raw materials, hire more employees, increase production, maybe lease another warehouse, pay shipping costs, all before your customer pays you. If they pay in 60 days, you finance 2 months of growth yourself. The faster you grow, the more cash you consume, and you end up in factoring. I've seen companies double their revenue while their checking account got cut in half. Revenue is exciting. Cash is survival. Growth without cash management is like flooring the gas pedal without looking at the fuel gauge. Eventually, you're gonna stop. The silent killers of cash flow. Let's talk about some of the biggest reasons profitable businesses suddenly find themselves in trouble. The first is accounts receivable. If customers owe you money, that isn't your money yet. Too many owners celebrate sending invoices. I celebrate when invoices get paid. There's a huge difference. If someone owes you $400,000, you're effectively financing their business, not yours. Second, inventory. Inventory feels like an asset, and technically it is, but it doesn't pay payroll while it's sitting on a shelf. If products aren't moving, your cash isn't moving either. Third, debt. Debt isn't always bad. Smart debt can fuel growth, but every monthly payment reduces flexibility. When revenue slows, debt payments don't. Fourth, owner distributions. Business owners work incredibly hard. They deserve to get paid, but pulling too much cash out too early leaves the business vulnerable. I've watched companies have record years, then 6 months later struggle because there wasn't enough working capital left inside the business. And finally, ignoring the numbers. This one hurts. Too many owners only look at their financials once a month. Some only look when their CPA sends them something. That's like driving your car by checking the windshield once every 30 miles. By the time you see the problem, you're already in it. 4 numbers every business owner should know. If I could convince every business owner to watch just 4 things every week, this would be it. Number 1, cash on hand, not revenue, not profit. How much money can you access today? Number 2, accounts receivable aging. Who's paying late? How much is over 30 days? 60? 90? Old invoices become bad debts surprisingly fast. Number 3, working capital. In simple terms, do you have enough short-term assets to cover your short-term obligations? Healthy working capital gives you options. Weak working capital creates stress. And number 4, cash conversion cycle. How long does it take for a dollar leaving your account to come back? The shorter that cycle, the healthier your business becomes. Small improvements here often create massive improvements in liquidity. Practical things you can do this week. Let's finish with some practical action. First, call your 5 largest customers. Not to sell them anything, ask whether there's anything preventing faster payment. Sometimes simply asking gets invoices moved to the top of the pile. Second, look through your inventory. What hasn't moved in 6 months? Can it be discounted, bundled, returned? Cash sitting on shelves isn't helping anybody. Third, review your payment terms. Could customers pay electronically? Could you require deposits? Could milestone billing improve your cash position? Fourth, create a rolling 13-week cash flow forecast, not once, every week. It's one of the simplest and most effective financial tools a business can use. And finally, don't wait until you're in a cash crisis to ask for help. The best financial decisions are made before they become emergencies. If there's one thing I hope you remember from today's episode, it's this. Profit tells you how well your business performed yesterday. Cash determines whether it gets to operate tomorrow. The healthiest companies aren't necessarily the ones making the biggest profit. They're the ones that understand where every dollar is going, how quickly it's coming back, and what could disrupt that cycle before it becomes a problem. At Enterprise Sage, that's exactly what we help business owners do. Not by replacing your CPA or financial advisor, but by helping connect all the pieces so your business becomes a stronger investment, generates more wealth, and gives you more options for the future. If you enjoyed today's episode, subscribe to Build Business Better. Share it with another business owner and leave us a review. It helps us reach more owners who are trying to build stronger businesses and make smarter decisions. Until next time, remember, your business is your greatest investment. Manage it like one.